My beloved child, listen to me in the quiet place beneath all the noise. There are many voices around you right now. Some sound gentle, some sound urgent, some sound wise. Some touch the tender places in you and make you believe they must be true. But not every voice that moves your heart is my voice. I need you to learn this with me. This lesson will steady your steps, protect your peace, and teach your soul to recognize my holy direction. Do not be afraid of learning. I am not speaking to shame you for the times you listened to the wrong sound. I am not reminding you of old confusion so you will feel foolish. I am coming near as your father, because your heart is precious, and what is precious must learn how to recognize what carries life. My beloved child, you have lived through seasons where words reached you at the exact moment you were tired. A promise came when you felt lonely. A message arrived when your soul wanted comfort. A person spoke softly when you were carrying wounds you had not told many people about. And because your heart was hungry for safety, you wanted to believe that every soft thing was sent by me. But some soft things do not carry my peace. Some beautiful words do not lead you into light. Some invitations stir emotion, but leave your spirit unsettled afterward. Some presences make you feel noticed for a moment, but slowly pull your attention away from prayer clarity and the quiet strength I have been building in you. This is why I am teaching you discernment. Discernment is not suspicion. It is not a cold wall around your heart. It is not bitterness dressed as wisdom. Discernment is the holy ability to pause, bring what you feel before me, and ask, Father, does this carry your breath? My voice does not always arrive with thunder. Many times, my voice comes like a steady lamp in a dark hallway. It does not frighten you. It does not push you into panic. It does not demand that you abandon peace in order to obey it. My voice may correct you, but it will not crush you. My voice may challenge you, but it will not pull you away from my presence. Scripture says that my sheep hear my voice and I know them, and they follow me. My beloved child, hearing me is not only about one dramatic moment. It is a life of becoming familiar with my ways. The more you stay near me, the more you will know the difference between my leading and the echoes of fear, loneliness, desire, pressure, and old pain. I know your heart can be tender. I know you do not want to miss what is beautiful. I know you sometimes wonder whether caution means you are becoming hard. But listen closely. A guarded heart can still be loving. A discerning heart can still be gentle. A wise heart can still be open to what I send. I am not removing your ability to love. I am purifying it so your love no longer becomes a doorway for confusion. I am not taking away your tenderness. I am teaching your tenderness how to stand in the light. I am not asking you to close every door. I am teaching you which doors must first be brought before me. There are voices that speak to your wounds but not to your future. There are voices that comfort your loneliness but do not honor your calling. There are voices that make you feel wanted but do not make you more whole. There are voices that sound familiar because they match your pain, but familiarity is not the same as confirmation. My beloved child, do not let the ache inside you choose what only my peace should confirm. Remember Samuel in the temple. He heard a voice calling his name, but at first he did not recognize that it was I who called him. He ran to Eli thinking the sound came from a man. He had to be taught how to answer me. Speak, Lord, for your servant hears. Do you see, my beloved child? Even one called by me had to learn my voice. So I do not condemn you for learning. I train you. I guide you. I repeat my truth with patience. I let your spiritual ears grow stronger through practice, through prayer, through scripture, through silence, and sometimes through the pain of realizing that a voice you trusted was not leading you toward life. Do not call that realization failure. Call it awakening. When I open your eyes, I am not humiliating you. I am protecting you. When truth rises and shows you that something is not what you believed, I am not stealing from you. I am freeing you from what might have quietly chained your heart for much longer. Truth may hurt at first, but truth does not come to destroy my child. Truth comes like morning light, entering a room where shadows look bigger than they were. Once light enters, you can see what belongs, what must be cleaned, and what must no longer remain. My beloved child, bring every stirring to me. Bring the excitement, bring the longing, bring the attachment, bring the fear of losing someone, bring the sudden hope, bring the uneasy feeling you keep trying to explain away. I can handle all of it. I will not mock your emotions. I will not despise your tenderness. I will teach you what each movement means when it is placed under my light. From now on, do not rush to call every open door my will. Do not rush to call every intense feeling my confirmation. Do not rush to call every gentle word love. Pause with me. Ask me. Wait for the peace that does not need to be forced. My beloved child, I am leading you into holy maturity. You will still love deeply, but you will not be led blindly. You will still hope, but you will hope with wisdom. You will still open your heart, but you will no longer hand your soul to every voice that knows how to sound tender. Stay near me. My voice will become clearer. The noise will lose its power. And as you continue listening, I will show you how to guard your tender heart with holy wisdom, because the heart I gave you was never meant to become cold, but it must be protected by my light. My beloved child, I have shown you that my voice can be recognized among the mixed voices around you. Now I want to speak to the tender place inside you, the place that still wants to love, trust, hope, and believe that what feels gentle must also be safe. Your heart is not a mistake. Your tenderness is not a weakness. Your ability to care deeply is not something I despise. I place that softness within you, and I know how beautiful it can be when it remains under my light. A tender heart can comfort the weary. It can listen with patience. It can forgive with sincerity. It can notice pain that others overlook. But my beloved child, tenderness without wisdom can become a doorway where confusion enters quietly. This is why I am teaching you to guard your heart with holy wisdom, not with fear, not with bitterness, not with suspicion toward everyone, with wisdom. Scripture says to keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the issues of life. I do not ask you to guard your heart because your heart is evil. I ask you to guard it because your heart is living water. What flows from it matters. What enters it matters. What remains there matters. A spring must be protected not because water is bad, but because water is precious. My beloved child, there were times when you opened your heart too quickly because you wanted to be understood. Someone spoke softly, and you thought their softness meant safety. Someone noticed your pain, and you thought their attention meant love. Someone stayed near when you felt alone, and you thought their nearness meant they had been sent by me. I do not condemn you for that. I know how much you wanted a safe place. I know how long you carried things without being held. I know how easily one gentle word can feel like shelter when the soul has been standing in rain for too long. But I am growing you now. I am teaching you that not every shelter is a home. Some places only cover you for a moment, while slowly taking your peace. Some voices soothe your wound but never lead you toward healing. Some connections make you feel wanted yet leave you more anxious, more dependent, and less able to hear me. Do not call every open door love. Do not call every warm feeling confirmation. Do not call every person who understands your pain, a person who can protect your soul. My beloved child, a garden must have a gate, not because the flowers hate the world, but because what is growing inside needs order. If every foot can walk through the ground, will be damaged. If every hand can reach in the fruit may be taken before it is ready. If every wind is welcomed, tender growth can be broken before it becomes strong. Your heart is like that garden. I am not telling you to lock it forever. I am teaching you who may enter what must wait outside and what must first be brought before me. Holy wisdom asks before it trusts completely. Holy wisdom watches the fruit over time. Holy wisdom pays attention when peace quietly leaves. Holy wisdom does not silence the unease I place inside you. When your heart feels stirred, pause. When someone speaks words you have longed to hear, pause. When a connection forms quickly and makes you feel seen, pause. Bring it to me before you build a home inside it. A pause is not rejection. A pause is protection. A pause gives light enough time to reveal what emotion cannot see. Remember Rebecca at the well. She showed kindness with sincerity, offering water with a generous heart. Yet what followed was not rushed by mere emotion. There was prayer, confirmation, family conversation, and a clear sense of direction. My beloved child, kindness and wisdom can walk together. Generosity does not need to be blind in order to be pure. This is what I desire for you. Love deeply, but do not abandon discernment. Be kind, but do not surrender your peace. Be open, but do not hand the keys of your inner life to every person who knocks gently. Forgive, but let wisdom teach you where boundaries must stand. I know you may fear becoming hard, You may think, Father, if I guard my heart, will I lose the beauty of loving freely? No, my beloved child. When I guard your heart, love becomes cleaner. It becomes less tangled with fear. It becomes less driven by loneliness. It becomes less controlled by the need to be chosen. Guarded love can still be warm. Guarded love can still be generous. Guarded love can still be patient. But it does not let confusion sit on the throne. True love does not require you to ignore the warning of my spirit. True love does not ask you to trade peace for closeness. True love does not shame you for needing time. What comes from me can endure prayer. It can endure patience. It can endure light. If something must stay hidden to survive, bring it to me. If something makes you less prayerful, bring it to me. If something makes you afraid to lose it more than you desire to stay close to me, bring it to me. My beloved child, I am not taking love away from you. I am teaching love to remain holy. I am not building a wall of fear around you. I am placing a gate of wisdom there, and I will stand with you at that gate. You do not have to decide alone who may enter. You do not have to understand every motive by yourself. You do not have to carry the pressure of protecting your soul without my help. Ask me. Ask me when your heart is excited. Ask me when your heart is lonely. Ask me when your heart is confused. Ask me when your heart wants to believe quickly because waiting feels painful. I will answer with peace. I will answer with restraint. I will answer through my word. I will answer through wise counsel. I will answer by revealing fruit over time. Do not rush what should be tested in light. My beloved child, your heart is worth protecting. The love I placed in you is worth preserving. The peace I am building in you is worth guarding. You are not called to become cold. You are called to become wise. So let me teach your tenderness how to stand. Let me teach your kindness how to see. Let me teach your hope how to wait. Let me teach your heart how to remain open to what I send and closed to what would quietly drain the life I am restoring. And as you continue listening, I will show you why not everything that moves you comes from me. Because the next step in holy wisdom is learning to separate true guidance from emotion that only feels powerful for a moment and cannot sustain your soul through the path ahead with lasting peace and holy clarity. My beloved child, I have shown you that your tender heart must be guarded with holy wisdom. Now I want you to understand the reason this wisdom is needed. Not everything that moves you comes from me. Some things can touch your emotions deeply and still not carry my life. Some words can sound comforting and still not lead you toward truth. Some moments can feel intense and still leave your spirit without peace. My beloved child, I do not say this to make you distrust your heart. I say this because I love your heart too much to let every passing feeling become its guide. Your emotions can tell you what is stirring inside, but they cannot always tell you where a thing is leading. That is why I ask you to bring what moves you into my presence. Bring the sudden attraction. Bring the strong longing. Bring the message that makes your heart race. Bring the invitation that feels like an answer. Bring the open door that appears at the moment you feel tired of waiting. Do not judge it only by how powerfully it touches you. Ask whether it brings you closer to me. Ask whether it makes you peaceful. Ask whether it strengthens your prayer. Ask whether it honors the light I have placed within you. My beloved child, intensity is not the same as confirmation. A fire can warm a house, but a fire without order can burn it down. Emotion is not evil, but emotion must be placed under my light. Desire is not always wrong, but desire must not sit on the throne where my voice belongs. You have known moments when something felt beautiful at first. It opened a tender place in you. It made you feel seen, chosen, remembered, or understood. For a little while, your heart felt awake again. But later you noticed a quiet heaviness. You prayed less. You worried more. You waited for another person's response before you could feel steady. You began to revolve around something that was never meant to become your center. That is when I was whispering to you, my beloved child, my peace is not confusion wearing a lovely garment. My guidance does not pull you away from the place where your soul is clean. My love does not make you hide from me in order to keep something close. Scripture says that the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and full of mercy. Let that become a holy measure. What comes from me will not only awaken your feelings, it will also carry purity. It will carry order. It will carry peace that remains after the excitement settles. Remember Eve in the garden. The fruit was pleasant to the eyes and desirable in a way that stirred the mind. But what looked desirable was not life, because it stood against my word. My beloved child, appearance and desire can never replace obedience. Something can look promising and still lead away from the voice that protects you. This is why you must pause. The pause is not fear, the pause is worship. It says, Father, I will not let my emotions outrun your wisdom. I will not let urgency decide what belongs in my life. I will not call a thing holy simply because it touches a lonely place in me. There are things that move you because they come from healing. There are things that move you because they touch hunger. There are things that move you because they awaken old patterns. There are things that move you because they resemble something you lost. Only my light can show the difference. My beloved child, do not be ashamed that your heart can be stirred. You are not wrong for feeling. You are not weak because something affects you. I made you able to respond to care, to hope, to be moved by beauty and kindness. But I am teaching you not to surrender leadership to every wave that rises within you. A wave can be real and still not be the ocean's direction. A feeling can be real and still not be my instruction. A longing can be real and still need healing before it becomes safe to follow. Bring the wave to me. Bring the feeling to me. Bring the longing to me. I will not shame you. I will help you understand what is living beneath it. Sometimes the thing that moves you is a reminder of what needs my touch. It may show me where loneliness has been sitting. It may show where your heart still fears being forgotten. It may show where you desire affection so deeply that even unstable attention begins to feel like water. My beloved child, if something makes you thirstier after you drink from it, it is not the water I give. My son spoke of living water that satisfies the soul. What I give may require patience, but it does not deepen bondage. What I give may challenge you, but it does not make you addicted to uncertainty. What I give may stretch your faith, but it does not make you lose yourself. Learn to notice the fruit. After the emotion passes, what remains? Peace or panic, clarity or confusion, prayer or distance, freedom or dependence, light or secrecy, a deeper desire for me, or a stronger need to hold on to something that makes you afraid. These questions will help you see. My beloved child, the enemy often uses what feels close to your desire. He does not always arrive with obvious darkness. Sometimes he uses speed, sweetness, flattery, urgency, or the feeling of being finally understood. He knows how to speak near a wound, but I know how to heal the wound, and I will teach you to recognize the difference. Do not let a wound choose what my spirit has not confirmed. Do not let loneliness name something destiny. Do not let excitement silence the unease I place there for your protection. I am not taking beauty away from your life. I am teaching you to recognize the beauty that carries truth. I am not closing your heart to love. I am teaching your heart to remain open without becoming ruled by every strong feeling. Stay near me when you are moved. Do not run ahead. Do not condemn yourself. Do not cling to the feeling. Place it before me and wait for the witness of peace, purity, and light. My beloved child, what comes from me can stand in my presence. It does not need darkness. It does not fear prayer. It does not collapse when you slow down. It does not punish you for needing wisdom. So let me train your heart. You will still be moved, but you will not be mastered. You will still feel deeply, but you will not be led blindly. You will still recognize beauty, but you will ask whether it carries my breath. And as you continue listening, I will show you why some connections are only seasonal lessons, because not everyone who touches your heart is meant to walk with you into the next chapter I have prepared ahead. My beloved child, I have shown you that not everything that moves your heart comes from me. Now I want you to understand something that will protect you from much sorrow. Some connections are only seasonal lessons. Not everyone who touches your heart is appointed to stay. Not every person who walks with you for a time is meant to walk with you into the next chapter. Not every goodbye is proof that love failed. My beloved child, there are people I allow near you for a season, because through them something is revealed, awakened, healed, tested, or taught. Some connections show you where your heart still needs wisdom. Some reveal what you have been craving. Some expose old patterns. Some remind you of your need for me. Some teach you how to release without calling release rejection. I know this can hurt. When your heart opens, you do not want to think in seasons. You want permanence. You want safety. You want to believe that what began with warmth will continue with faithfulness. You want the person who made you feel seen to remain. You want the door that gave you hope to stay open. I understand that longing. I do not mock it. I know how deeply you feel when someone matters to you. But my beloved child, if you call every seasonal connection a lifelong promise, your heart will keep bleeding when the season changes. If you cling to what I allowed only for a lesson, you may miss the freedom I am trying to give you through its ending. There are people who come like rain after dryness. For a moment they refresh something in you. They help you see what your heart still desires. They awaken hope. They remind you that tenderness is still alive. But rain is not always a river to live beside. Sometimes it only waters the ground for a little while, then passes on. Do not curse the rain because it did not become a river. Receive the lesson. Release the demand that it become more than I intended. My beloved child, some connections are not sent to complete you. They are allowed to reveal you. They show what you fear losing. They show where you still seek affirmation. They show whether your peace is rooted in me or in another person's response. They show whether your heart can remain steady when closeness changes. This is not punishment. This is training. Scripture says there is a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. I want you to learn the holiness of timing. Something can be meaningful and still not be permanent. Something can be used by me and still not be meant to remain. Something can teach you deeply and still be released peacefully. Remember Paul and Barnabas. They once traveled together in holy work. They served, preached, and carried missions side by side. Yet a sharp disagreement came and their paths separated. Even through separation, my work did not stop. I continued working through both paths. My beloved child, separation does not always mean my hand has disappeared. Sometimes it means I am arranging growth in more than one direction. Sometimes it means what was useful for one season cannot carry the weight of the next. Sometimes it means the lesson has finished, even though your emotions still want the chapter to continue. Do not force a finished chapter to keep speaking. Do not keep rereading what I am asking you to close. Do not stand at an old doorway begging it to become the future. If I am leading you onward, follow me with trust. My beloved child, I know you may ask, Father, why did you allow this connection if it was not meant to stay? Listen gently. I allow some things because they become mirrors. They show you where you have grown. They show you where you still need healing. They show you what kind of love brings peace and what kind of closeness awakens fear. They show you the difference between being truly known and being temporarily needed. Nothing is wasted when you bring it to me. A seasonal connection can become wisdom. A disappointment can become discernment. A goodbye can become protection. A memory can become a teacher instead of a chain. But you must place it in my hands. Do not let the ending become an altar where you keep offering your peace. Do not keep asking why until the question becomes a cage. Sometimes I will explain. Sometimes I will simply ask you to trust that I saw what you could not see. My beloved child, there are departures that are mercy wrapped in sorrow. There are closed doors that save your heart from a deeper wound. There are delayed answers that keep you from moving too quickly toward what would have drained you. There are loosened connections that make room for what truly belongs to the season ahead. When something begins to leave, your hands do not always grab it in panic. Ask me what I am doing. Ask me whether I am protecting you. Ask me whether the fruit has changed. Ask me whether your peace has been trying to warn you. If a connection requires you to shrink, it is not helping you grow. If it keeps you anxious, it is not guarding your soul. If it pulls you away from prayer, it is not leading you into my light. If it makes you afraid to release it more than you desire to obey me, it has become too large in your heart. My beloved child, I do not take away what truly belongs to the purpose I have spoken. I may test it. I may purify it. I may ask for patience. But what I give will not need fear to keep it alive. It will not need confusion to hold your attention. It will not need you to lose yourself so it can remain. So when a season changes, grieve honestly, but do not grieve as one abandoned. Cry if tears come, but do not let tears rewrite my character. Feel the ache, but do not let the ache call me unfaithful. I am with you in the release. I am with you in the empty space. I am with you when your hands feel strange without what they held. Let the empty space become holy. Let it become a room where my voice grows clearer. Let it become ground where wisdom can take root. Let it become the place where you remember that your life is not held together by who stays, but by the Father who never leaves. My beloved child, some connections are seasonal lessons. Honor what was taught. Release what no longer carries my peace. Keep the wisdom, leave the chain. Walk forward without bitterness, without begging, and without calling protection loss. And as you continue listening, I will show you how false empathy can become an invisible chain, because some voices do not bind you through cruelty, but through a softness that enters your wounds without carrying my healing or holy direction. Within, my beloved child, I have shown you that some connections are only seasonal lessons. Now I want you to understand one of the quiet ways a wrong connection can hold the heart. False empathy can become an invisible chain. It does not always arrive with harshness. It does not always look like danger. It does not always speak with cruelty. Sometimes it arrives with soft words, patient listening, and a tone that seems to understand exactly where you have been wounded. It may say the things you wished someone had said long ago. It may notice the ache you have tried to hide. It may make you feel chosen in a season when your soul has felt unseen. My beloved child, I know why that feels powerful. When you have carried pain for a long time, understanding can feel like shelter. When you have been overlooked, attention can feel like water. When you have been lonely, someone who seems to listen deeply can feel like a door opening after years of standing outside. I do not shame you for wanting to be understood. I created you for love, for fellowship, for holy connection, for the comfort of being seen in truth. But I am teaching you that not every person who understands your wound is sent to heal your soul. Some people can speak the language of your pain and still not carry my medicine. Some can sit close to your broken place and quietly make you more dependent on their nearness than on my presence. That is where the chain begins, not all at once, little by little. You begin to wait for their words before you can feel steady. You begin to measure your worth by their attention. You begin to pray less because your thoughts are circling around them. You begin to share more of your inner life than wisdom has confirmed. You begin to feel uneasy when they pull away, as if your peace has been placed in their hands. My beloved child, that is not freedom. That is not the love I desire for you. True comfort leads you back to me. False comfort slowly makes itself the center. True empathy helps you stand. False empathy keeps touching the wound, so you will keep returning to the hand that touched it. Bring this into my light. Scripture says to test the spirits to see whether they are from God. This testing is not bitterness. It is not suspicion. It is not a refusal to love. It is wisdom that asks, Father, what is the source of this connection? Is it drawing me into peace, purity, and prayer, or is it making me anxious, hidden, and divided within? My beloved child, what comes from me can endure the light. It can endure time. It can endure prayer. It can endure healthy boundaries. It will not punish you for slowing down. It will not make you feel guilty for asking me first. It will not demand access to the deepest rooms of your heart before trust has been proven through fruit. Remember the woman at the well. She had known many broken patterns, many places where thirst had led her. My son did not use her thirst to control her. He named the truth, but he did so to set her free. He offered living water, not dependence on his attention. He led her back to worship, back to truth, back to life. My beloved child, this is the nature of my love. I reveal truth without exploiting your weakness. I comfort without making you dependent on confusion. I come near without taking away your freedom. I will help you recognize the difference between a healing voice and a voice that only learns where you hurt so it can remain necessary to you for too long. False empathy does the opposite. It may speak gently, but it feeds attachment. It may listen carefully, but it keeps you emotionally tied. It may sound protective, but it quietly pulls you away from the place where I am making you strong. Learn to notice the fruit. After speaking with that person, is your soul clearer or more restless? Do you want to pray more, or do you feel drawn into constant thoughts about them? Do you feel more whole or more afraid of losing their approval? Do you feel free to obey me, or do you feel pressured to keep the connection alive at the cost of your peace? These questions are not small. They are lamps I place along the path. My beloved child, I am not asking you to accuse people in your heart. I am asking you to stop handing your inner life to every voice that knows how to sound tender. Some people may not even understand the way they are pulling on you. Some may be wounded themselves. Some may need me deeply, but their need is not your command. You can care without being captured. You can pray without becoming entangled. You can show kindness without giving someone authority over your peace. You can listen without letting another person's pain become the ruler of your day. This is holy order. Mercy must remain under my light. Compassion must remain joined to wisdom. A soft heart must remain anchored in truth. If you separate mercy from discernment, you may begin carrying burdens I never assigned to you. You may call it love while your soul slowly grows tired, cloudy, and afraid. My beloved child, there is a difference between being moved by someone's pain and being led by my spirit. Pain can pull on you. Need can call to you. Familiar wounds can recognize each other quickly, but recognition is not always assignment. You are not sent to rescue every person who knows how to reach your compassion. Ask me before you enter. Ask me before you stay. Ask me before you make a covenant in your heart with someone whose fruit has not been tested. I will not make you cold. I will make you clean. I will not remove kindness from you. I will teach kindness where to stand. I will not take away your ability to understand others. I will teach you how to understand without becoming bound. My beloved child, if a connection makes you feel needed but not free, bring it to me. If it makes you feel understood but not peaceful, bring it to me. If it makes you feel important but slowly moves me to the background, bring it to me quickly. I am not taking love away from you. I am removing chains that have been dressed like love. I am restoring your heart to breathe in my presence first before it responds to any human voice. Stay near me. Let my peace test what touches you. Let my light reveal what softness alone cannot show. What is true will become clearer. What is false will lose its power. And as you continue listening, I will show you why you must not confuse familiarity with my confirmation. Because some things feel familiar only because they touch an old wound, not because they are sent by my hand. My beloved child, I have shown you how false empathy can become an invisible chain. Now I want to take you deeper, because one of the easiest ways the heart becomes confused is by mistaking familiarity for my confirmation. Something can feel familiar and still not be from me. Someone can speak the language of your past and still not belong to your future. A connection can feel close because it touches an old wound, not because my hand has joined it to your path. Listen to me. I know why familiarity feels powerful. When someone understands your fears, your memories, or the ache you rarely explain, your heart may say, "This must be safe. This must be meaningful. This must be God." But my beloved child, recognition is not always revelation. Sometimes you recognize a pattern because you have lived inside it before. Not everything familiar is holy. Not everything comfortable is healthy. Not everything that feels like home is a place I am asking you to remain. Some houses feel familiar because you were once wounded there. Some voices feel familiar because they sound like the approval you chased. Some bonds feel familiar because they awaken the same fear of being left, the same desire to be chosen, the same need to prove that you are worth staying for. My beloved child, I am not saying this to frighten you. I am saying it to awaken you again. I do not want old hunger to choose your next attachment. I do not want old loneliness to name something destiny. I do not want old pain to dress itself in spiritual language and convince you that because it feels deep, it must be from me. Depth is not confirmation. Intensity is not confirmation. Familiarity is not confirmation. My confirmation carries peace, purity, patience, and light. It does not only stir you, it steadies you. It produces good fruit over time. It does not make you hide from prayer. It brings you back to me with a clearer heart. Scripture says that the peace of God will guard your heart and mind. My beloved child, peace is one of my holy guards. When something enters your life and the guard of peace begins to step back, do not ignore it. When your thoughts become restless, your prayers become distant, and your emotions become tied to one person's response, stop and return to me. Let peace speak. Remember Isaac and Rebekah. Their story did not begin with emotional haste. It began with prayer, guidance, and signs that rested under my direction. The servant asked, watched, waited, and worshipped when my leading became clear. My beloved child, what I confirm does not need to be seized in panic. It can be received. This is why I ask you to slow down. A fast bond can feel spiritual simply because it arrives with emotional force. A quick closeness can feel like destiny because it touches your need before wisdom has time to speak. But what is true will not be destroyed by patience. What is from me will not become angry because you need time to discern. What is holy will not pressure you to open doors before my light has tested the fruit. My beloved child, do not confuse being understood with being led. Someone may understand your wound and still not honor your healing. Someone may know how to speak kindly to your weakness and still not celebrate your strength. Someone may seem close to your soul and still pull you away from the place where I am making you free. Look beyond the first feeling. Look at the fruit. After this connection enters, are you more prayerful or more distracted? Are you more peaceful or more anxious? Are you more honest or more hidden? Are you more free or more afraid of losing their attention? Are you closer to my voice or more dependent on theirs? These questions are meant to bring light into the room before you give your heart a permanent seat there. My beloved child, I know the ache of wanting something to be from me. I know how much you want a safe person, a lasting bond, a voice that will stay. I know the places in you that are tired of disappointment, but I love you too much to let your longing become the final judge. Bring your longing to me. Bring the familiar feeling to me. Bring the strange connection to me. Bring the name that keeps circling in your thoughts to me. Bring the hope that you are afraid to release to me. I will not mock you. I will sort what you cannot sort alone. I will show you whether this is my peace or only an old echo, wearing new clothing. Sometimes the thing that feels familiar is a test of whether you will return to an old cycle. Sometimes it is an invitation to see how far you have grown. Sometimes it shows you the wound that still needs healing, not the person you need to hold. Do not be discouraged when I reveal this. Revelation is mercy. If I show you that a bond is familiar because it repeats old pain, I am not taking love from you. I am rescuing your heart from being trained by the same wound again. If I show you that a connection feeds anxiety more than peace, I am guarding the freedom I have been restoring in you. My beloved child, you do not need to chase what I have not confirmed. You do not need to cling to what only feels familiar. You do not need to prove your worth to a person who awakens old fear. You do not need to call confusion a sign because you are afraid that releasing it will leave you empty. I do not lead you into emptiness. I lead you into truth. And truth may first loosen your grip, but then it frees your breath. Let me teach you the difference between recognition and confirmation. Recognition says, I know this feeling. Confirmation says, my peace rests here. Recognition may come quickly. Confirmation remains after prayer. Recognition may stir memory. Confirmation bears fruit in light. Stay with what bears light. Wait for what carries peace. Trust what draws you nearer to me. My beloved child, the love and direction I give will not need the disguise of old wounds to reach you. It will not manipulate your hunger. It will not make your soul live in constant guessing. It will not keep you addicted to signs, messages, moods, and pieces of attention. What I confirm will help you stand straighter in my presence. It will respect the boundaries wisdom has built. It will not fear being brought before me. So place familiarity beneath my light. Let every echo be tested by my peace. Let every feeling bow before my wisdom. You will begin to hear more clearly, see more purely. And as you continue listening, I will show you how to place every connection under my light, because what touches your heart must be examined in my presence before it is allowed to shape your path. My beloved child, I have shown you not to confuse familiarity with my confirmation. Now I want to teach you what to do with every connection that comes near your heart. Place every connection under my light. Do not hide it from me. Do not rush to protect it from my truth. Do not call it destiny before it has stood in my presence. My beloved child, anything that touches your peace must be brought before me. Anything that asks for your trust must pass through my wisdom. Anything that wants a place in your heart must be examined in the light of my spirit, not only in the warmth of your feelings. I know this may feel difficult for you. When something makes you happy, you want to keep it. When someone speaks kindly, you want to believe it. When a door opens after a long season of waiting, you want to step through quickly, afraid that if you pause, you may lose the moment. But what is from me does not need fear to keep it alive. What is from me can endure prayer. What is from me can endure patience. What is from me can endure the light. My beloved child, if something cannot survive being placed before me, then it was never safe enough to carry your soul. If a connection becomes angry because you need time, if it pressures you to ignore peace, if it pulls you into secrecy, if it makes you feel guilty for asking me first, then do not silence the warning within you. That warning may be my mercy. That pause may be my protection. That unease may be my hand keeping you from walking too far into what looks beautiful but does not carry life. Scripture tells you not to believe every spirit, but to test what comes near. Testing does not mean you are unloving. Testing means you honor what I have placed inside you. It means you refuse to give sacred access to what has not been proven in truth. Remember Joshua and the people of Israel when the Gibeonites came to them with worn clothes, dry bread, and a story that seemed believable. They looked harmless. They looked distant. They sounded reasonable. Yet Israel made an agreement without asking counsel from me. My beloved child, not every deception comes with a threatening face. Some things arrive looking tired, humble, needy, and sincere, but still must be brought before me. This is not a call to suspicion. This is a call to communion. Ask me before you agree. Ask me before you attach. Ask me before you open a room in your heart. Ask me before you make promises that your peace has not confirmed. My beloved child, I do not want you to carry the burden of figuring out every motive alone. Some motives are hidden deeper than your eyes can reach. Some patterns reveal themselves only with time. Some words sound pure in the beginning, but their fruit becomes clear later. That is why I invite you to place every connection under my light and let me reveal what your emotions cannot yet see. Look at the fruit. Does this connection make you more honest or more hidden? Does it make you more prayerful or more distracted? Does it make you more peaceful or more anxious? Does it make you more free or more afraid? Does it honor the calling I placed on you? Or does it slowly ask you to shrink so it can remain comfortable? My beloved child, fruit speaks after the flowers fade. First impressions can be beautiful. Kind words can be smooth. Attention can feel healing. But over time, what is rooted in me will produce life. What is not rooted in me will begin to produce confusion, striving secrecy, fear, or dependence. Do not ignore the fruit because you love the flowers. Do not defend what keeps draining you simply because it once comforted you. Do not call a chain a blessing because it was wrapped in tenderness. Bring it to me. Bring the friendship. Bring the relationship. Bring the opportunity. Bring the invitation. Bring the person whose name keeps moving through your thoughts. Bring even the thing you are afraid I may ask you to release. I will not tear from your hands what is truly good for you. I may purify it. I may slow it. I may test it. I may reveal what needs correction, but I do not destroy what carries my purpose. I only expose what cannot walk with you in truth. My beloved child, light is not your enemy. Light is your rescue. When light enters a room, it does not create the dust. It shows what was already there. When I shine my light on a connection, I am not trying to shame you. I am showing you what must be cleaned, healed, corrected, or released. There may be moments when my light reveals something you did not want to see. A pattern, a hidden pressure, a subtle manipulation, an unhealthy dependence, a loss of peace you kept explaining away. Do not run from the revelation. Do not call clarity cruelty. Truth is mercy when it keeps you from bondage. Truth is mercy when it protects your calling. Truth is mercy when it frees you before the chain grows stronger. My beloved child, the connections I send will not lead you away from me. They may challenge you to grow. They may reveal areas that need maturity. They may require patience, honesty, forgiveness, and humility. But they will not require you to abandon my peace in order to keep them. They will not demand that you move me to the background. They will not teach your heart to live in fear. What comes from me will make room for my presence. It will not compete with my voice. It will not resent your obedience. It will not punish your boundaries. It will not make you feel smaller so it can feel stronger. So place everything under my light, even what feels beautiful, especially what feels powerful, especially what feels urgent, especially what reaches the tender place in you that wants to be chosen. Let me test the source. Let me weigh the fruit. Let me show you the path. My beloved child, you are not losing love by doing this. You are learning to love in truth. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. You are not rejecting connection. You are inviting me to make connection holy. Do not let anything sit in the secret place of your heart without my light resting upon it. I am your Father. I see what blesses you. I see what binds you. I see what is hidden beneath sweet words. Stay close to me, and I will teach you what may remain, what must wait, and what must be released. And as you continue listening, I will show you why you must not place what is holy into untested hands, because the deeper parts of your soul were never meant to be entrusted to what has not learned how to honor my presence within you. My beloved child, I have shown you to place every connection under my light. Now I want to speak about the sacred things I have placed within you, because not everything holy should be handed to untested hands. Your heart is holy ground. Your peace is holy. Your calling is holy. Your story, your tears, your trust, your inner thoughts, and the quiet places where I have healed you are not common things to be scattered wherever a voice sounds kind. My beloved child, you must learn the difference between kindness and access. You can be kind to many, but not everyone should have access to your deepest rooms. You can show mercy without giving someone the key to your soul. You can listen with compassion without placing your destiny in hands that have not proven they know how to honor what I have entrusted to you. This is wisdom. This is not pride. This is not coldness. This is protection. I know there have been times when you shared too quickly because you wanted to be known. You opened the hidden pages of your heart because someone seemed gentle. You spoke of wounds, dreams, fears, and prayers before their fruit had been tested. At first it felt like relief. It felt like release. It felt like finally breathing after holding sorrow too long. But later you realized that not every listener is a safe keeper. Some people hear your pain and use it to stay close to you. Some hear your dreams and quietly make you doubt them. Some hear your weakness and later speak to that weakness when they want control. Some touch what is sacred without washing their hands in truth. My beloved child, I do not say this so you will live afraid. I say this because what I have placed in you is valuable. A treasure does not become less beautiful because it is guarded. A lamp does not become less bright because it is protected from the wind. A seed does not lose its promise because it is hidden in the soil until its time. Scripture says not to cast pearls before what will trample them. This is not a command to despise people. It is a command to recognize value. Pearls are not meant for careless handling. Holy things are not meant for hands that cannot discern their worth. Remember King Hezekiah. When visitors came from Babylon, he showed them his treasures, his silver, his gold, his storehouses, and the things within his house. He opened what should have been guarded to eyes that did not share his covenant. My beloved child, not every visitor deserves to see the treasury. Not every curious person deserves full access to what I have built in secret. There are things I have done in you that must remain covered until I say, reveal them. There are dreams still forming that do not need every opinion. There are wounds still healing that should not be exposed to people who only know how to press them. There are prayers between you and me that are too tender to be placed before those who would mock, minimize, or mishandle them. My beloved child, learn to let trust grow through time. Trust is not proven by one soft conversation. Trust is not proven by excitement. Trust is not proven because someone says the right words when you are tired. Trust is proven by fruit, patience, humility, consistency, and the way a person responds when you set a boundary. If they become angry when you move slowly, they are not ready for sacred access. If they guilt you for needing wisdom, they are not ready for sacred access. If they use your honesty against you, they are not ready for sacred access. If they cannot honor your peace, they are not ready for sacred access. My beloved child, I want you to understand this deeply. The holy things within you are not meant to be displayed to earn love. You do not need to reveal everything to prove you are sincere. You do not need to pour out your pain to make someone stay. You do not need to hand over your private battles so another person will believe your worth. Your worth is already known by me. Your story is already held by me. Your tears have already been counted by me. Let that steady you. You are not required to make your soul available to everyone who seems interested. Curiosity is not covenant. Attention is not stewardship. A person can be interested in your story and still not be appointed to walk with your healing. Pause before you reveal. Pray before you attach. Watch before you trust deeply. Let time show what words cannot show. My beloved child, when something is holy, it needs an altar, not a stage. It needs reverence, not performance. Some things I have spoken to you in the night were meant to strengthen you, not to become material for every conversation. Some victories are still tender. Some callings are still being shaped. Some healing is still fresh. Do not expose new skin to rough hands. Let me cover you while you grow. Let me teach you who can sit near your fire without trying to control its flame. The people I send will not demand immediate access. They will honor process. They will respect peace. They will not make you feel guilty for having boundaries. They will not rush what I am still forming. They will understand that sacred things must be handled with humility. My beloved child, if you have already placed something holy into untested hands, come to me. Do not drown in regret. I can heal what was mishandled. I can restore what was spoken too soon. I can teach you without condemning you. I can turn even that pain into wisdom. Nothing is beyond my care when it is surrendered. But from this moment, walk with greater discernment. Do not confuse openness with obedience. Do not confuse transparency with trust. Do not confuse being vulnerable with being wise. Vulnerability is beautiful when it is placed in the right hands. In the wrong hands, it can become a door for sorrow. I am not asking you to hide forever. I am teaching you to reveal in order, in timing, and in peace. I will also teach you the quiet strength of restraint. Not every feeling must be explained immediately. Not every question deserves immediate access. Sometimes silence is not rejection. Sometimes silence is the holy covering that gives your soul room to hear me, before another voice shapes your answer with peace and clarity. My beloved child, keep what is holy near me first. Let my presence be the first place where your heart is opened. Let my word be the first voice over your dreams. Let my spirit be the gatekeeper of your trust. And as you continue listening, I will show you why some departures are on my protection. Because when I remove certain hands from your life, I may be guarding what is sacred from being broken, delayed, or drawn away from the purpose I have prepared for you. My beloved child, I have shown you that what is holy within you must not be placed into untested hands. Now I want to speak to the ache that comes when certain hands are removed from your life. Some departures are my protection. I know you do not always see it that way. When someone leaves, your heart may ask what you did wrong. When a door closes, your mind may replay every conversation. When a bond weakens, your soul may wonder if you were not valuable enough to be chosen, kept, or understood. My beloved child, do not let every departure define your worth. Some people leave because their season is finished. Some leave because their presence would have delayed what I am building in you. Some leave because they could not honor the peace I am restoring. Some leave because I saw the hidden cost you did not yet have strength to see. What feels like rejection may be rescue. What feels like silence may be shelter. What feels like loss may be my hand moving you away from a wound before it becomes deeper. I do not remove people from your life carelessly. I am not cruel with your attachments. I know the memories that return at night. I know the places inside you that reach toward what is no longer reaching back. But I see what you cannot see. I see the conversations that would have weakened your faith. I see the patterns that would have repeated. I see the anxiety that would have grown until you could no longer recognize yourself. I see the way your prayers would have become quieter while your dependence on that connection became louder. My beloved child, I protect more than your comfort. I protect your calling. Sometimes I protect you by saying no. Sometimes I protect you by allowing distance. Sometimes I protect you by letting a person reveal their heart before you build your future around them. Remember Joseph. His brothers pushed him away, betrayed him, and sent him into a path he never would have chosen. What looked like abandonment became part of a greater preservation. I was with him in the pit, with him in the house of Potiphar, with him in the prison, and with him in the place of authority. The departure of those who should have loved him did not cancel my purpose. It became a road I used, though the pain was real. My beloved child, I do not call pain beautiful. I call my faithfulness beautiful inside the pain. The separation confused him, but it did not remove my hand. The loss changed his path, but it did not change my plan. So when someone walks away, do not immediately assume I have left you unprotected. Ask me what I am shielding. Ask me what I am exposing. Ask me what I am preventing. Ask me what I am preparing. There are departures that reveal what words concealed. There are departures that show whether a connection was rooted in love or convenience. There are departures that uncover how much of your peace had been placed in another person's hands. There are departures that make you grieve, but also give your soul room. My beloved child, do not run after everything I allow to leave. Do not chase what no longer carries peace. Do not beg for a place where your spirit had to shrink to fit. Do not call loneliness proof that you should return to what I am asking you to release. Loneliness can speak loudly, but it is not always speaking truth. The empty space after a departure can feel frightening because it removes the familiar noise. You may not know what to do with the quiet. You may reach for old messages, old memories, old explanations, old hopes. But listen to me. The quiet can become holy if you let me meet you there. In the quiet, I restore your hearing. In the quiet, I steady your breathing. In the quiet, I show you what the connection was producing. In the quiet, I remind you that you are held. My beloved child, I am near to the brokenhearted. I do not stand far away while you release what mattered to you. I sit with you in the ache. I hold you when your hands feel empty. I teach you how to grieve without surrendering your future to the grief. You may cry, but do not build your identity around who left. You may miss them, but do not make memory your master. You may feel the wound, but do not reopen the door because healing feels slow. Some doors closed because I heard prayers you forgot you prayed. You asked me to protect you. You asked me to lead you. You asked me to remove what was not from me. Then, when I began to answer, the removal looked different from what you expected. My beloved child, protection does not always feel gentle at first. A shepherd sometimes pulls the sheep back from an edge. The pull may startle the sheep, but the hand is still saving it. A physician may clean a wound, and the cleaning may sting, but the purpose is healing. A gardener may cut away a branch, and the cut may look severe, but the future fruit depends on it. Do not judge my love only by how the moment feels. Judge it by my character. I do not abandon my child. I do not waste surrendered pain. I do not close one path without knowing the road ahead. I do not let what is truly yours be stolen from my hand. If something belongs to my purpose for you, I know how to sustain it in truth. If it cannot remain without confusion, fear, secrecy, or compromise, then let my wisdom speak louder than your attachment. My beloved child, release does not mean you never cared. It means you trust me more than the ache of holding on. It means you believe I see beyond the part you see. It means you allow me to protect the version of you that is still being formed in my presence. Let them go if I am leading them out. Let the door close if my peace is no longer there. Let the space open if I am clearing the ground for something cleaner. Do not fill the emptiness too quickly. Let me enter it first. Let my word become the voice that returns strength to your soul. Let my presence become the place where your heart remembers how to stand. My beloved child, some departures are my protection. Not every absence is punishment. Not every goodbye is failure. Not every ending is loss. Some endings are holy coverings. Some distances are hidden mercy. Some removals are my way of keeping you from handing your future to what could not honor it. And as you continue listening, I will show you that the love I give will not pull you away from me, because anything truly sent by my heart will never require you to lose my presence in order to keep it. My beloved child, I have shown you that some departures are my protection. Now I want to make the truth even clearer inside your heart. The love I give will not pull you away from me. Love that comes from my hand does not make you hide from my presence. It does not ask you to silence prayer. It does not require you to trade peace for closeness. It does not become jealous of your obedience to me. My beloved child, when I send love or friendship into your life, it will never demand the throne that belongs to me. It may challenge you. It may stretch your patience. It may reveal areas where you still need healing. But it will not teach your heart to live farther from my voice. Anything that pulls you away from me must be brought back into my light. I know this is not always easy to admit. Sometimes a connection feels so meaningful that you begin making room for what slowly weakens your spirit. You tell yourself it is only affection. Traker, you tell yourself it is only care. You tell yourself it is only a season of excitement. But little by little, your desire to please that person becomes stronger than your desire to remain still before me. That is when love has lost holy order. My beloved child, I am not against love. I am the source of love. I formed your heart to receive, to give, to care, to belong, and to walk with others in truth. But the love I give does not compete with the one who gave it. The love I bless does not ask you to dim your spirit so another person feels comfortable in the dark. Scripture says that you shall have no other gods before me. This is not only about carved idols or visible altars. Sometimes an idol is a voice you cannot stop checking. Sometimes an idol is a relationship. Sometimes an idol is the approval that decides whether you feel worthy or safe. My beloved child, if something becomes the keeper of your peace, it is sitting where I belong. If someone's response controls your breathing, bring it to me. If their silence decides your value, bring it to me. If keeping the connection requires you to ignore conviction, bring it to me. If you must become smaller, more hidden, less prayerful, or less honest to keep them close, that love is not carrying my freedom. Remember Solomon. I gave him wisdom, honor, and great blessing, yet his heart was drawn away by loves that did not honor me. What began as affection became divided devotion. What seemed manageable became a doorway. My beloved child, even a gifted heart can drift when love is not kept beneath my lordship. Do not think you are too strong to be pulled. Do not think tenderness cannot become attachment. Do not think affection is harmless when it begins to move me to the background. I say this with gentleness because I know your heart. I know the part of you that wants to be loved without fear. I know how tired you are of connections that disappear, change, confuse, or drain you. I know you want something steady. I know you want to rest in a love that does not make you question your worth. But good love will not separate you from the giver. Good love will not make prayer feel like an interruption. Good love will not make obedience feel like a threat. Good love will not need darkness in order to survive. The love I give can stand in the light. It can be brought before me without fear. It can wait. It can respect wisdom. It can honor boundaries. It can make space for truth. It can strengthen your walk instead of weakening it. My beloved child, test love by what it produces in your soul. Does it lead you into peace or into unrest? Does it make you more honest or more secretive? Does it draw you toward purity or toward compromise? Does it help you hear my voice or make you afraid of what I may say? Does it free you to obey me or make you negotiate with conviction? These questions matter. Do not ignore the answers because the feeling is strong. Do not explain away the fruit because the memory is beautiful. Do not keep drinking from a cup that makes your soul thirstier. My son said, whoever drinks the water he gives will never thirst in the same way again. The love that flows from my heart may not satisfy every craving immediately, but it will never deepen spiritual thirst. It will not make you more desperate, anxious, bound, or divided within. My beloved child, there is a love that flatters the lonely place but leaves the soul hungry. There is a love that offers closeness but steals clarity. There is a love that speaks softly but slowly trains you to fear losing it. That is not the love I give. My love restores your breath. My love lifts your eyes. My love brings you back to the truth of who you are in me. When I bless a connection, it will not replace my voice. It will help you honor it. It will not pull you away from the altar. It will remind you where your life is anchored. This does not mean every God-given connection is easy. Sometimes love requires forgiveness. Sometimes it requires patience. Sometimes it asks you to grow, speak truth, listen well, and lay down pride. But even then, it will not require spiritual compromise. It will not ask you to sin to keep peace. It will not make you betray your calling to keep closeness. My beloved child, if you realize that something has pulled you away from me, do not run from me in shame. Come closer. I am not waiting to condemn you. I am waiting to restore order. I can untangle your heart. I can cleanse your desire. I can show you what must be released, what must be healed, and what must be placed back beneath my authority. You are not trapped by attachment when you surrender it to me. You are not powerless before longing when you let me lead you. You are not doomed to repeat old patterns when you choose my presence over fear. Let me be first again. Let my voice be the center again. Let your peace return to my hands again. My beloved child, the love I give will not pull you away from me. It will not make you lose yourself. It will not make you hide your light. It will not demand that you step outside truth to keep a human bond alive. Stay close to me, and you will learn to recognize love that carries my breath. And as you continue listening, I will show you why what looks like loss may be silent preparation, because when I remove what competes with my place in your heart, I am making room for something cleaner, deeper, and more aligned with the purpose I have prepared for you. My beloved child, I have shown you that the love I give will never pull you away from me. Now I want you to look again at the places where something was removed, delayed, closed, or taken from your hands. What looks like loss may be silent preparation. You may not recognize preparation while it is happening. It may feel like absence. It may feel like a door closing too soon. It may feel like a person leaving before your heart was ready. It may feel like a season becoming quiet when you expected it to become fruitful. My beloved child, I understand why you call it loss. You can only see the space that was left behind. You can feel the ache where something used to be. You can remember the hope you attached to that door, that connection, that plan, that dream, that familiar place, and when it moved away, you wondered whether I had forgotten what it meant to you. I did not forget. I saw your hope. I saw your disappointment. I saw the way your hands trembled when you had to release what you wanted to keep. But I also saw what was hidden beneath the surface. I saw what would have grown if it remained. I saw what would have pulled your heart into confusion. I saw what would have filled the room that I was preparing for something cleaner. I saw what you could not yet discern because your love, your hope, and your tiredness were speaking loudly. My beloved child, preparation often begins with emptying. Before a vessel can hold fresh oil, it must be cleared of what has spoiled. Before a field can receive new seed, the hard ground must be broken. Before a room can be filled with light, the shutters must be opened, and the old dust must be seen. These moments do not always feel gentle, but they are not abandonment. They are my hands making space. You asked me to lead you. You asked me to protect you. You asked me to bring you into what is true. Sometimes my answer begins by removing what was false, unstable, premature, or too heavy for the season ahead. Do not despise the empty space. Do not fill it too quickly. Do not run back to what I am clearing simply because silence feels uncomfortable. The quiet place is not proof that nothing is happening. Many of my deepest works begin in quiet. A seed does not shout while it is buried. Roots do not announce themselves while they are growing in the dark. Yet beneath the soil, life is forming. Strength is being gathered. A future is being prepared before it is visible. My beloved child, you have been looking at the surface and calling it delay. I have been working beneath the soil and calling it preparation. Remember David. Before he sat on the throne, he spent years in fields, caves, hidden places, and seasons where the promise seemed far away. He had been anointed, but he was not immediately crowned. He faced rejection, danger, loneliness, and waiting. Yet the hidden years were not wasted. In the fields, he learned worship. In danger, he learned dependence. In obscurity, he learned courage. In waiting, he learned that my timing is not slow, it is forming. My beloved child, I am forming you too. The place that feels empty may be where I am strengthening your roots. The door that closed may be keeping you from building too soon on unstable ground. The person who left may have created space for your heart to hear me again. The plan that did not happen may have saved you from carrying a weight you were not meant to carry. Do not measure my faithfulness by what remains in your hands today. Measure my faithfulness by who I am. I am the Father who sees the end from the beginning. I know what must be removed before what is appointed can stand. I know what must be healed before you can hold the next blessing without fear. I know what must be taught before your heart can walk in a wider place with peace. My beloved child, silent preparation does not always feel spiritual. Sometimes it feels ordinary. It looks like waking up again after disappointment. It looks like choosing prayer when you would rather scroll through old memories. It looks like not answering the voice that pulls you backward. It looks like washing your face, breathing slowly, and saying, Father, I do not understand, but I trust you. That is holy. Trust in the quiet is worship. Obedience in the dark is worship. Letting go when your heart still aches is worship. Do not think I only work when you feel strong. I work while you are weak. I work while your tears fall. I work while you are learning to stop reaching for what cannot carry my peace. I work while your heart is still tender and your mind still has questions. Scripture says that all things work together for good for those who love me and are called according to my purpose, my beloved child. This does not mean every event felt good. It means I am wise enough, loving enough, and powerful enough to gather surrendered pieces and shape them toward my purpose. Bring me the pieces. Bring me the loss. Bring me the unanswered why. Bring me the door you miss. Bring me the name you still remember. Bring me the dream that looks delayed. I will not waste what you surrender. I will teach you through it. I will refine you through it. I will protect you through it. I will prepare you through it. But do not keep calling preparation punishment. Do not keep calling protection rejection. Do not keep calling hidden work silence from heaven. I have been nearer than you think. I have been working in ways your eyes could not yet read. My beloved child, what looks like loss may be silent preparation. The empty space may become holy ground. The closed door may become mercy. The waiting may become strength. The quiet may become clarity. The release may become the beginning of a cleaner future. Stay close to me in the space that remains. Let me fill it before you try to fill it yourself. Let my word become the first sound in the room. Let my peace become the guard at the door. Let my timing become stronger than your fear of being left behind. You will see later that the season you thought had emptied you was teaching you to carry blessing without clinging to it. You will understand that I was not only closing doors, I was restoring your ability to receive without fear, to wait without panic, and to walk without dragging yesterday behind you. I am not finished with you. I am preparing you. And as you continue listening, I will show you why I am pruning you for greater fruitfulness, because some cuts are not meant to destroy what is growing, but to make room for life that can finally bear lasting fruit in my light. My beloved child, I have shown you that what looked like loss may have been silent preparation. Now I want you to understand the deeper work taking place beneath that preparation. I am pruning you for greater fruitfulness. I know pruning can feel like loss. I know it can feel like something living has been cut away. I know it can make you ask why I would remove something that seemed to matter, something that once gave comfort, something that had been attached to your life for a long time. But listen to me with a quiet heart. Pruning is not rejection. Pruning is not punishment. Pruning is not my anger against you. Pruning is the hand of love, removing what would keep you from bearing the fruit I have already seen within you. My beloved child, the gardener does not cut because the branch has no value. The gardener cuts because the branch has life, and that life must not be wasted feeding what cannot remain. A branch may carry leaves that look full, yet those leaves may be stealing strength from the fruit that is meant to come. What appears beautiful for a season may still need to be removed for the harvest to be greater. This is why I have been touching certain places. I have touched your attachments. I have touched your habits. I have touched the way you seek approval. I have touched the relationships that made your heart anxious. I have touched the desires that promised comfort but slowly weakened your spirit. Not because I hate you, my beloved child, because I love the fruit that is hidden in you. My son said that every branch that bears fruit the Father prunes, so that it may bear more fruit. Hear that carefully. The pruning does not mean the branch is dead. It means the branch is chosen for more. It means there is still life in it. It means the Father sees a capacity that the branch cannot yet see. So when I cut something away, do not immediately call it abandonment. Ask me what I am making room for. Ask me what strength was being drained. Ask me what fruit I am protecting. Ask me what part of your heart needed light healing and holy order. My beloved child, you have asked me for a life that is true. You have asked me for peace that remains. You have asked me to lead you into purpose. You have asked me to remove confusion. But when I begin removing what feeds confusion, your heart sometimes trembles and says, Father, why are you taking this from me? I am not taking life from you. I am removing what steals life quietly. I am removing what makes you double-minded. I am removing what keeps you tied to fear, old patterns, and unstable longing. I am removing what teaches you to cling instead of trust. There are things you enjoyed that were not helping you grow. There are voices you liked that were not helping you hear me. There are habits that numbed your pain but did not heal it. There are connections that made you feel needed but kept you from becoming free. My beloved child, I prune with purpose. Never forget that. My hand may be firm, but my heart is tender. I do not cut carelessly. I do not strip you for nothing. I do not expose a place in you unless I intend to heal it. I do not close a door unless I know what that open door would have cost your soul. Remember Gideon. Before he stepped into victory, I reduced the army around him. What looked like weakness was preparation for a clearer testimony. If too many remained, human strength would take the glory. But when the number was reduced, my power became undeniable. My beloved child, sometimes I reduce what surrounds you so you can see who sustains you. Sometimes I remove support you leaned on too heavily. Sometimes I quiet the voices you depended on. Sometimes I lessen the crowd so your confidence returns to me instead of people. This does not mean I am making you small. It means I am making you rooted. I am teaching you that fruitfulness is not produced by noise, attention, attachment, or constant motion. Fruitfulness comes from abiding in me. Stay connected to the vine. Do not fight every cut. Do not run after every branch I remove. Do not gather back what I have laid aside. If you keep tying dead branches back to your life, you will delay the new growth that is trying to come. My beloved child, I know the pruning can feel lonely. It may leave spaces you do not know how to fill. It may change routines, conversations, and desires. It may make certain comforts feel less satisfying than before. That is not because life is leaving you. It is because your taste is changing. You are learning to desire what is cleaner. You are learning to crave what brings peace. You are learning to recognize what carries my spirit and what only entertains your weakness. Let the old appetite fade. Let the false comfort lose its sweetness. Let the unhealthy attachment loosen its grip. Let the part of you that was trained by fear begin to breathe again. I am not only cutting, I am cultivating. I am turning the soil of your heart. I am giving strength to roots that were hidden. I am teaching you patience, stillness, obedience, and discernment. I am making your love less desperate and more holy. I am making your hope less frantic and more anchored. I am making your faith less dependent on visible proof and more confident in my character. My beloved child, fruit takes time. Do not despise the slow work. A tree does not become fruitful because it demands harvest overnight. It becomes fruitful because it remains planted, receives care, endures seasons, and lets the gardener do what the tree cannot do for itself. Let me do what you cannot do for yourself. Let me remove what you could not release. Let me cleanse what you could not name. Let me strengthen what you did not know was weak. Let me shape you for fruit that will last. One day you will look back and understand. You will see that the removal was mercy. You will see that the closed door preserved you. You will see that the silence trained you. You will see that the cut did not end your story. It prepared your harvest. Hold steady, even when the room feels quieter than before, and trust me. My beloved child, I am pruning you for greater fruitfulness. Trust my hand. Stay near my heart. Do not judge the season by what has fallen away. Look for the life I am causing to rise within you. And as you continue listening, I will show you why not every invitation deserves your response, because once I begin making you fruitful, you must learn not to leave the work I have given you for every voice that calls your name from a lower place. My beloved child, I have shown you that I am pruning you for greater fruitfulness. Now I want to teach you how to protect that fruit, because not every invitation deserves your response. Not every open door is my direction. Not every voice calling your name deserves your attention. Not every request carries my assignment. My beloved child, when I begin to make you fruitful, more voices may start reaching for your time, your heart, your strength, and your focus. Some invitations may look harmless, some may sound reasonable. Some may even come wrapped in need, urgency, kindness, or opportunity. But if you answer everything that calls you, you may leave the place where I planted you. Discernment must govern your response. You do not have to explain yourself to every demand. You do not have to prove your goodness by saying yes to everything. You do not have to rescue every person who knows how to sound desperate. My beloved child, there are invitations that bless your path, and there are invitations that drain your oil. There are open doors that lead to obedience, and there are open doors that lead to noise. There are moments when kindness says yes, and there are moments when wisdom says, remain where I placed you. Do not confuse availability with obedience. Sometimes your yes to people becomes a no to me. Sometimes your desire to avoid disappointing others weakens the assignment I placed in your hands. Sometimes the fear of being misunderstood makes you abandon the quiet work I am doing inside you. Listen carefully. A holy life cannot be led by every invitation. A focused heart cannot be ruled by every need. A fruitful branch cannot grow if it is constantly pulled from the vine. Remember Nehemiah. He was rebuilding the wall, doing a great work when voices invited him to come down. The invitation sounded like a meeting. It appeared reasonable, but he understood that leaving the wall would place the work at risk. So he answered with wisdom. He said he was doing a great work and could not come down. My beloved child, learn that answer in your spirit. I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. You do not say it with arrogance. You say it with holy clarity. You say it because your life is not random. You say it because your healing matters. Your prayer life matters. Your peace matters. Your obedience matters. Your calling matters. The new fruit I am growing in you matters. Some voices want access to your attention, but they do not honor your assignment. Some invitations want your emotional energy, but they do not strengthen your spirit. Some conversations reopen wounds, but they do not lead to truth. Some opportunities look flattering, but they would quietly move you away from where I asked you to stand. My beloved child, do not let flattery pull you down from obedience. Do not let guilt pull you down from peace. Do not let urgency pull you down from prayer. Do not let curiosity pull you down from wisdom. There are people who may not understand your no. There are people who may call your boundaries cold. There are people who may think your silence means pride. But you are not living to be understood by every person. You are living to walk closely with me. Let me defend what obedience looks like in you. You do not need to over-explain every boundary. You do not need to keep proving that your heart is good. You do not need to open your private process to those who only want to debate what I have made clear. My beloved child, every yes carries a cost. Every response gives something. It gives time. It gives attention. It gives emotional space. It gives spiritual energy. So before you answer, ask me what that response will require. Ask me whether the invitation carries life or distraction. Ask me whether it strengthens your assignment or steals from it. A quiet no can be an act of worship. A delayed response can be an act of wisdom. A closed door can be an act of obedience. A boundary can protect the fruit I am growing. Do not be careless with the oil in your lamp. The wise virgins kept oil ready because they understood that some things could not be borrowed at the last moment. My beloved child, your spiritual oil must be guarded. Your attention must be guarded. Your inner strength must be guarded. If you pour yourself out on every request, you may be tired when I call you to what truly matters. This does not mean you stop loving. This does not mean you become selfish. This means you love with order. You serve from my leading, not from pressure. You give from my supply, not from fear. You answer from peace, not from panic. You remain where I place you until I tell you to move. My beloved child, I know saying no can feel uncomfortable. I know you may worry that people will leave, judge, or misunderstand you. But if a connection can only remain when you abandon my peace, then that connection is asking too much. If an invitation requires you to neglect what I am healing, building, or protecting in you, then it must be brought under my authority. Let your no be gentle, but let it be firm. Let your silence be peaceful, not bitter. Let your boundaries be clean, not angry. Let your attention return to the work I have given you. You are not called to answer every voice. You are called to answer mine. You are not called to be everywhere. You are called to be faithful where I place you. You are not called to carry every burden. You are called to carry what I assign and surrender the rest to me. My beloved child, I will teach you the difference. When an invitation is from me, it will not require you to betray peace. It may stretch you, but it will not scatter you. It may ask courage from you, but it will not pull you into confusion. It may require sacrifice, but it will carry grace for the assignment. When an invitation is not from me, it often arrives with pressure, confusion, flattery, guilt, or fear. It makes you feel hurried. It makes you afraid to pause. It makes you think you must respond immediately or lose something. Do not be ruled by that fear. Pause with me. Ask me. Wait for my peace. My beloved child, not every invitation deserves your response. Some voices must pass without your answer. Some doors must remain closed. Some conversations must be left unfinished. Some demands must be handed back to me. Stay on the wall. Guard the work. Protect the fruit. Keep your oil. Let your heart remain attentive to my voice above every other call. And as you continue listening, I will show you why you must test the fruit, not only the words, because many invitations sound right in the beginning, but their true nature is revealed by what they produce over time. My beloved child, I have shown you that not every invitation deserves your response. Now I want to teach you how to discern what should remain near your heart. Test the fruit, not only the words. Words can be beautiful. Words can be smooth. Words can sound spiritual, caring, and sincere. But fruit reveals what words can hide. My beloved child, many things begin with promises. Many people speak with warmth in the beginning. Many invitations carry language that sounds pure. They may say they care about you. They may say they understand you. They may say they want what is best for you. They may even speak my name, while their actions slowly lead you away from my peace. Do not judge only by the sound. Look at what is produced. A tree is not known by the music of its leaves, but by the fruit it carries when time has passed. A field is not proven fruitful on the day seed is scattered, but when growth appears and the harvest shows what was truly planted. This is why I ask you to slow down. Words can arrive quickly. Fruit takes time. Words can be shaped to impress. Fruit grows from the root. Words can make the heart feel safe for a moment. Fruit shows whether the thing is actually safe over time. My beloved child, Scripture says, you will know them by their fruits. This is not a harsh command. It is a loving protection. I do not ask you to become suspicious of every person. I ask you to become attentive to what their presence produces in your life. Does this connection produce peace? Does it produce honesty? Does it produce patience? Does it produce prayer? Does it produce courage to walk in truth? Or does it produce anxiety, secrecy, confusion, striving, and fear? The fruit will speak, even when the words sound lovely. I know there have been moments when you wanted to believe the words so badly that you ignored the fruit. You heard apologies, but the pattern stayed the same. You heard promises, but your peace kept shrinking. You heard sweet explanations, but your spirit felt heavier after every conversation. You heard someone say they cared, but their care never became consistency, humility, or honor. My beloved child, do not let your hunger for kind words blind you to repeated fruit. I am not asking you to condemn people. I am asking you to see clearly. There is a difference between a person who is growing and a pattern that keeps poisoning the ground. Everyone can stumble. Everyone can need grace. But grace does not ask you to pretend that rotten fruit is healthy. Mercy does not require you to ignore what is damaging your soul. Remember the fig tree my son approached. It had leaves but no fruit. From a distance it looked promising. It had the appearance of life, but when he came near there was nothing to nourish. My beloved child, there are things that look full from a distance but cannot feed your spirit when you come close. Do not be deceived by leaves. Do not be carried away by appearance. Do not let language replace substance. When something is from me, it will produce fruit that aligns with my heart. It may not be perfect. It may need time and maturity. But there will be evidence of life. There will be humility after correction. There will be respect for truth. There will be a willingness to walk in light. There will be peace that becomes stronger, not weaker, as the connection is tested. My beloved child, fruit does not mean a life without difficulty. Sometimes what I send requires hard conversations, patience, repentance, forgiveness, and growth. But even in the difficulty, my fruit remains different. It does not produce bondage. It does not demand secrecy. It does not make you betray your conscience. It does not make you feel far from me in order to keep it close. Look honestly. What is growing because of this? Is your heart becoming cleaner? Is your mind becoming steadier? Is your prayer becoming deeper? Is your obedience becoming stronger? Is your love becoming freer? Or are you becoming smaller, more fearful, more restless, more dependent on human approval? My beloved child, do not argue with the fruit because the words are pleasant. If a cup is beautiful but the water inside makes you sick, the beauty of the cup cannot protect you. If a road is decorated with flowers but leads away from my voice, the flowers cannot make it holy. If a song is gentle but teaches your soul to sleep while danger approaches, the melody is not enough. You need truth. You need light. You need fruit that can be tested. Bring every word to me. Bring every promise to me. Bring every apology to me. Bring every invitation to me. Bring every explanation that has kept you stuck in uncertainty. I will help you separate what is real from what is only well spoken. My beloved child, pay attention to repeated patterns. One moment can be misunderstood, but fruit appears through repetition. Watch how a person responds when they are told no. Watch how they respond when they do not get immediate access. Watch how they treat your boundaries. Watch how they speak when they are disappointed. Watch whether they honor truth when truth costs them comfort. This is where fruit becomes visible. A humble heart can receive correction. A loving heart can respect a boundary. A true connection can endure clarity. A God-shaped bond can wait without punishment. But a wrong pattern will often reveal itself when it loses control. It may become cold, accusing, impatient, manipulative, or demanding. Do not ignore what is revealed when pressure comes. My beloved child, I reveal fruit to protect you, not to make you bitter. When I show you what something is producing, I am giving you mercy before the roots go deeper. I am helping you decide with wisdom instead of attachment. I am teaching you that love must be joined to truth. If the fruit is good, let it grow under my light. If the fruit is mixed, bring it to me and wait. If the fruit is harmful, do not keep eating from it because the words are sweet. Your soul is too precious to be fed by what damages it. Stay close to me. Let my spirit train your senses. Let my word become the measure. Let peace and purity be witnesses. You do not need to rush. You do not need to force certainty. Fruit will reveal what words cannot. Let the evidence teach you patiently, and let your heart rest, because I will never ask you to ignore darkness in order to protect a beautiful sentence. My beloved child, test the fruit, not only the words. What is true will bear life in the light. What is false will eventually show its root. And as you continue listening, I will show you that true love gives freedom, not possession, because anything that comes from my heart will never need control to prove its care. My beloved child, I have shown you to test the fruit, not only the words. Now I want you to see one of the clearest fruits of love that comes from me. True love gives freedom, not possession. Love from my heart does not cage what it claims to cherish. It does not tighten its grip until your spirit cannot breathe. It does not make you smaller so another person can feel secure. My beloved child, love and control can sometimes wear similar clothing in the beginning. Control may say, I care too much to lose you. Possession may say, I only want to protect you. Fear may speak with concern, and jealousy may call itself devotion. But what comes from me does not need to own you in order to love you. I do not love you by imprisoning you. I love you by calling you into life. I draw you near, but I do not erase your will. I guide you, but I do not crush your spirit. I correct you, but I do not shame you into obedience. My love is holy, strong, faithful, and free. It teaches your heart to stand in truth, not to bow beneath fear. So when a connection demands possession, bring it to me. When love begins to sound like control, bring it to me. When someone needs your weakness in order to feel powerful, bring it to me. When a bond punishes your growth, your peace, your boundaries, or your obedience, bring it to me. My beloved child, true love does not panic when you become healthier. True love does not resent the healing I am doing in you. True love does not fear your strength. It does not need you confused, dependent, or emotionally hungry in order to keep you near. What comes from me will bless your becoming. It will not fight your freedom. It will not compete with your calling. It will not make you feel guilty for walking in the light. Remember Jonathan and David. Jonathan loved David with a covenant heart, yet he did not try to possess the future I had spoken over David. He did not say, "Stay small so I can stay comfortable." He did not demand that David abandon his calling to protect Jonathan's place. True love recognized my hand and helped David move toward what I had prepared. My beloved child, that is the nature of love touched by me. It does not envy purpose. It does not imprison destiny. It does not need control to prove care. It opens its hands before me and says, "Father, let your will be done in the one I love." Possessive love says, "You belong to me." Holy love says, "You belong first to God." Possessive love says, "I need access whenever I feel afraid." Holy love says, "I will honor the peace God is building in you." Possessive love says, "If you loved me, you would give me everything I ask." Holy love says, "I will not use love as a weapon against your conscience." My beloved child, learn this difference deeply. There are people who may want your attention, but not your wholeness. They may want your comfort, but not your clarity. They may want your closeness, but not your obedience. They may enjoy the version of you that is always available, always explaining, always trying to soothe their fear, always proving that you care. But I am not raising you to be controlled by another person's insecurity. I am teaching you to love with truth. You can care without being owned. You can stay kind without surrendering your boundaries. You can give without becoming empty. You can be present without abandoning my voice. Love that comes from me makes room for healthy distance, honest words, and quiet obedience. It respects the places where I am working in you. It does not demand immediate answers to calm its own fear. It does not punish you when you need time with me. It does not turn your silence into an accusation before listening with care. My beloved child, I want you to notice how a connection responds when you choose peace. If it becomes cruel because you set a boundary, the fruit is speaking. If it becomes cold because you no longer feed its need for control, the fruit is speaking. If it makes you feel guilty for growing, the fruit is speaking. Do not silence the fruit because the words once sounded loving. Scripture says that love is patient and kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It does not insist on its own way. Love does not insist on its own way. A love that always demands its own way is not walking in my nature. A love that cannot honor truth is not safe for the sacred places in you. True freedom is not neglect. True freedom is love without control. It is devotion without domination. It is closeness without bondage. It is faithfulness without fear. It is a bond that can breathe because I remain at the center. My beloved child, some patterns taught you that love must hurt to be real. They taught you that anxiety means passion. They taught you that being needed means being valued. They taught you that constant access means closeness. But I am renewing your understanding. Peace can be love. Safety can be love. Respect can be love. Freedom can be love. A steady voice can be love. A patient heart can be love. Do not return to chains because freedom feels unfamiliar. When you have lived around control, peaceful love may first feel quiet. It may not pull you into constant emotional storms. It may not make you chase. It may not make you prove. It may feel slower, cleaner, calmer. Do not mistake calm for absence. Sometimes calm is the sign that my hand is near. My beloved child, I am teaching you to recognize love that carries my breath. It will not demand that you betray your spirit. It will not make you choose between being loved and being obedient to me. It will not make your healing feel like a threat. It will not need you broken to feel needed. If something has possessed your heart, surrender it to me. If fear has called itself love, let me expose it. If control has entered through affection, let me break its grip. If you have called bondage loyalty, let me teach you freedom. Come to me without shame. I will untangle what has wrapped around your soul. I will restore clean love in you. I will help you release the grip of what demands ownership, and I will teach you how to receive love that honors my place in your life. My beloved child, true love gives freedom, not possession. It protects without controlling. It stays without enslaving. It cares without consuming. It draws near without taking my throne. And as you continue listening, I will show you why you must not let emotional hunger become your guide, because even a good desire can lead you into bondage when it is ruled by thirst instead of my peace. My beloved child, I have shown you that true love gives freedom, not possession. Now I want to speak to the place inside you that can become restless when love feels far away. Do not let emotional hunger become your guide. Come closer to me. Hunger is real. Longing is real. The desire to be seen, held, remembered, and chosen is real. I do not shame you for these desires. I created your heart for connection and holy affection. You were not made to live as stone. You were not made to pretend you never need tenderness. I know the ache you carry when the room is full, but your soul still feels alone. But my beloved child, hunger must not lead you. A hungry heart can reach too quickly. A lonely heart can call almost anything love. A tired heart can mistake attention for safety. A wounded heart can accept crumbs because it has forgotten that I prepare bread. Listen to me with gentleness. Emotional hunger is not sin by itself, but when it becomes your guide, it can lead you into places my peace never chose for you. It can make you ignore fruit. It can make you excuse confusion. It can make you return to what hurt you, because the silence after release feels uncomfortable. This is why I keep calling you back to me. Not to deny your hunger, but to feed it in the right place. My son was hungry in the wilderness, and the tempter tried to use that hunger as an opening. He said to turn stones into bread. But my son answered with truth, that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from my mouth. My beloved child, hunger is a place where temptation often speaks. It promises quick relief, but not lasting life. When your heart is hungry, be careful what voice you obey. Do not let the need to be loved make you step outside my light. Do not let the need for comfort make you drink from a polluted cup. Do not let the need for response make you surrender your peace to someone who has not shown fruit. I know the ache of waiting. I know the ache of wanting a message, a sign, a voice, a hand, a person who will stay. I know how hard it is when your soul whispers, "Father, I am tired of being strong. I am tired of being patient. I am tired of carrying hope without visible proof." I hear that whisper. I do not turn away from it, but I will not let your hunger become a doorway to bondage. My beloved child, emotional hunger can make the wrong thing look necessary. It can make a delayed reply feel like rejection. It can make a small kindness feel like a covenant. It can make a familiar pattern feel like destiny. It can make you run toward what is available instead of waiting for what is aligned. Pause when you feel desperate. Pause when you feel urgent. Pause when you feel afraid that if you do not act now, you will lose the only comfort available to you. That pressure is not always my voice. My voice may be firm, but it will not rush you into panic. My voice may ask you to move, but it will not demand that you betray peace to feel chosen. My beloved child, let me show you what your hunger is trying to say. Sometimes it is telling you that you need rest. Sometimes it is showing you an old wound. Sometimes it is revealing that you have been pouring out without receiving from me. Sometimes it is uncovering a place where human approval has become louder than my love. Bring the hunger to me before you feed it. Bring the loneliness to me before you answer the message. Bring the ache to me before you return to the door I closed. Bring the fear to me before you make a promise your peace cannot keep. I will meet you there. I will not mock the empty place. I will not tell you to simply be stronger. I will sit with you in the longing, and I will teach your soul how to be filled without being captured. There is a difference between being nourished and being numbed. Nourishment strengthens you. Numbing distracts you. Nourishment brings peace afterward. Numbing leaves you thirstier. Nourishment leads you closer to me. Numbing makes you chase the same thing again, hoping this time it will quiet the ache longer. My beloved child, if something only numbs your loneliness but never heals it, do not call it my provision. If it gives you a moment of relief but leaves your spirit cloudy, do not call it peace. If it keeps you tied to anxiety, do not call it love. I have better for you than a cycle of thirst. My son spoke of living water. The water I give reaches deeper than attention, deeper than affection, deeper than another person's approval. It touches the root. It tells the heart, you are mine before anyone chooses you. You are held before anyone holds you. You are seen before anyone notices you. You are loved before anyone speaks your name. Let that truth settle into the hungry place. Do not hurry past it. Breathe with me. Let my love become the first voice, not the backup voice, after people disappoint you. Let my presence become the table, not the small leftover you reach for after your emotions have been scattered. Let my word become bread for the place that keeps asking people to feed what only I can fill. My beloved child, this does not mean you will never need human love. I give people fellowship, comfort, and companionship as gifts, but gifts must never become gods. A human connection can bless you, but it cannot become the source of your identity. A person can encourage you, but they cannot become the foundation of your peace. When hunger is surrendered to me, you can receive love without clinging to it. You can enjoy kindness without worshiping it. You can wait without panic. You can release without collapsing. You can discern without being ruled by thirst. This is freedom. My beloved child, I am teaching your hunger to bow before my peace. I am teaching your longing to wait under my light. I am teaching your heart to desire love without becoming enslaved to the fear of losing it. Do not let emotional hunger become your guide. Let my spirit guide you. Let my word feed you. Let my peace slow you down. Let my love remind you that you are not empty simply because a human voice is absent. Stay near me when you ache. Stay near me when you miss what left. Stay near me when the night feels quiet. I am there and I am not late. And as you continue listening, I will show you how your pain has trained your spiritual senses. because even the hunger you have survived can become wisdom when it is healed in my presence and placed under my truth. My beloved child, I have shown you not to let emotional hunger become your guide. Now I want you to understand something powerful. Your pain has trained your spiritual senses. I did not desire your pain. I did not rejoice when you were wounded. I did not stand far away while confusion, disappointment, or betrayal touched your heart. I was near. I was closer than thoughts, saying you were alone. My beloved child, there are things you learned in sorrow that you could not have learned from comfort alone. There are patterns you now recognize because you once ignored them and felt the cost. There are voices you now test because you once believed too quickly. There are doors you now pause before because you remember what happened when you rushed through a door only emotion had opened. Do not call all of that wasted. Do not call yourself foolish forever. Do not let shame rewrite what I am turning into wisdom. Your pain is not your master, but surrendered pain can become a teacher in my hands. When you bring the wound to me, I do not leave it as a wound. I cleanse it. I comfort it. I speak truth over it. Then I use what once confused you to help you see more clearly. Scripture says that mature people have their senses trained by practice to discern good and evil. My beloved child, discernment often grows through practice, not through perfection, not through never making a mistake, not through always knowing from the beginning. It grows as you walk with me, fall into my mercy, rise again, and learn to recognize what carries life and what carries hidden danger. This is why you can now sense what you once overlooked. You feel the difference when peace leaves. You notice when words sound sweet, but the fruit feels wrong. You recognize when a connection starts pulling you away from prayer. You feel the weight in your spirit when something asks for access too quickly. You are not imagining all of it. Sometimes that quiet check inside you is wisdom growing where pain once lived. My beloved child, do not let fear call every warning trauma, and do not let pride call every warning suspicion. Come to me with what you sense. I will help you know the difference between fear speaking from an old wound and my spirit guiding you with holy caution. I am gentle enough to heal fear. I am wise enough to confirm truth. I am faithful enough to guide you step by step. Remember Peter. He denied my son in the hour of pressure, and the pain of that failure cut deeply into him. But that pain was not the end of his story. After restoration, he became a shepherd with humility. He knew the weakness of human confidence. He knew the mercy of being lifted after falling. His pain did not disqualify him when it was placed before my grace. It trained him to lead with tenderness and truth. My beloved child, I can do the same in you. The places where you were deceived can become places of discernment. The places where you were used can become places of holy boundaries. The places where you overgave can become places of wise stewardship. The places where you chased love can become places where you now rest in my love first. I do not waste surrendered pain, but I need you to surrender it, not worship it. There is a difference. When pain is worshipped, it becomes your identity. You begin to say, "This always happens to me. I can never trust. I will always be abandoned. Nothing good can stay." Those words build a prison around your future. When pain is surrendered, it becomes material in my hands. You say, "Father, this hurt me, but I give it to you. Teach me, heal me, show me what to keep, what to release, and how to walk forward without letting yesterday rule tomorrow." That prayer opens the door to wisdom. My beloved child, I know some wounds still feel sensitive. When something reminds you of what happened, your heart may tighten. Your mind may replay the old story. Your body may remember what your mouth has stopped speaking about. I do not despise that. Healing is not pretending nothing happened. Healing is learning to bring what happened into my presence until it no longer commands your choices. Let me sit with you in the memory. Let me speak over the place that still aches. Let me show you that the pain was real, but it is not final. You are not the same person who walked into that confusion. You have learned, you have prayed, you have wept. You have survived nights when your soul felt tired. You have asked questions that made your faith wrestle. And still you are here listening. That matters. My beloved child, your spiritual senses are becoming sharper. Not so you can judge everyone harshly, not so you can live guarded by fear, but so you can love with wisdom, walk with peace, and choose what is aligned with my light. Discernment is not the loss of innocence. It is innocence protected by wisdom. It is tenderness given eyes. It is compassion with a lamp in its hand. It is love that has learned to ask me before it gives itself away. Do not despise the training. A soldier learns by testing the weight of the sword. A musician learns by hearing the difference between notes. A shepherd learns by watching the movement of the flock. And you, my beloved child, have learned by walking through seasons where you had to ask, Father, what is true here? I answered. Sometimes through peace, sometimes through unrest, sometimes through a closed door, sometimes through a pattern repeated until you could no longer ignore it, sometimes through scripture that pierced gently but clearly, sometimes through the quiet knowing that came after prayer. Hold those lessons with humility. Do not use them to become hard. Use them to become clear. Do not use them to accuse everyone. Use them to remain awake. Do not use them to shut your heart forever. Use them to open only what can stand in my light. My beloved child, pain trained your senses, but my love must lead them. Pain may teach you where danger has been, but my spirit shows you where life is. Pain can warn, but my peace confirms. Pain can remember, but my word restores. So bring your trained senses under my care. Let me refine them. Let me remove fear from them. Let me keep the wisdom and heal the wound. Let me make you discerning without making you bitter, cautious, without becoming closed, strong, without losing tenderness. Your pain has trained your spiritual senses. Now let my presence purify what pain has taught, so the lesson becomes light and not heaviness. And as you continue listening, I will show you why I am making you deeper before I make you wider, because the wisdom formed in hidden places must take root before I open spaces where your light can reach farther. My beloved child, I have shown you that your pain has trained your spiritual senses. Now I want you to understand why much of your growth has happened in hidden places. I am making you deeper before I make you wider. You have asked me for greater fruitfulness. You have asked me for open doors. You have asked me for a season where your life can finally breathe, expand, and carry more light. I have heard you. But my beloved child, before I widen the place around you, I must deepen the place within you. Before a tree can spread its branches, its roots must go down. Before a house can stand in storms, its foundation must be strengthened. Before a vessel can carry more oil, it must be prepared to hold the weight without cracking. This is what I have been doing in you. The waiting was not empty. The quiet was not useless. The hidden season was not evidence that I forgot you. I was deepening you. I was teaching you to hear me when applause was absent. I was teaching you to obey me when no one noticed. I was teaching you to stand when comfort was delayed. I was teaching you to love without losing yourself, give without becoming drained, and wait without surrendering your peace to panic. My beloved child, width without depth can become dangerous. More attention without wisdom can scatter the heart. More opportunity without roots can make the soul restless. More connection without discernment can reopen doors I already healed. More blessing without inner order can become pressure instead of joy. So I have been working beneath the surface. I have been strengthening what people cannot see. I've been adjusting motives, healing fears, cleansing attachments, and teaching your heart to return to me first. Do not despise the slow work. Do not measure depth by outward speed. A root grows quietly, but it changes everything the tree can survive. A foundation is buried, but it decides how high the walls may rise. In the same way, the work I do within you may look unseen, yet it is preparing strength for days you have not entered yet. Nothing true is wasted when it is formed beneath my hand. Scripture speaks of the person who is like a tree planted by streams of water, bringing forth fruit in season. Notice the tree is planted before it is fruitful. It remains before it expands. It receives hidden nourishment before others see visible growth. My beloved child, I have planted you near my waters, and I am teaching your roots how to drink from me. You may have wanted movement, but I was giving you depth. You may have wanted recognition, but I was giving you roots. You may have wanted quick answers, but I was giving you maturity that can survive delayed answers. This is love. I do not rush what I am building in you. I do not place weight on a foundation I have not strengthened. I do not open a wider space before teaching your heart how to remain anchored there. Remember Moses. Before he stood before Pharaoh, before he stretched his staff over the sea, before he led people through the wilderness, he spent years in a quiet place. He learned the desert. He learned the sound of silence. He learned humility far from the palace. What seemed like delay was preparation for a burden he could not have carried in his own strength. My beloved child, your quiet place has not been punishment. It has been training. You have learned things there. You learned that my presence does not need a crowd to be real. You learned that peace can grow in a small room. You learned that your worth does not disappear when people do not see you. You learned that prayer can become breath, not performance. You learned that my voice can meet you in simple moments. These lessons are not small, they are roots. I know hiddenness can ache. It can make you feel overlooked. It can make you wonder whether others are moving forward while you are standing still. It can make you ask if your obedience is being noticed, if your tears matter, if your quiet choices have any meaning. They do. I see every unseen yes. I see every temptation you resisted when no one would have known. I see every time you chose silence instead of returning to an old pattern. I see every prayer whispered with a tired heart. I see every boundary you held with trembling hands. Nothing hidden from people is hidden from me. My beloved child, I am making you deeper so you can carry wider without losing yourself. When I widen your influence, you will need roots. When I bring new people, you will need discernment. When I open new doors, you will need peace that is not easily shaken. When I answer prayers you have waited for, you will need a heart that knows how to receive without worshiping the gift. This is why I have been teaching you to come back to me first. If I make you wider before I make you deeper, the gift could pull you away. The opportunity could become your identity. The relationship could become your anchor. The blessing could become the place where fear begins again. I love you too much for that. I want your life to expand from wholeness, not hunger. I want your light to reach farther, without your soul becoming tired, proud, dependent, or scattered. I want your heart to remain soft but steady. I want you to walk into wider places with a quiet confidence that says, "My Father is my source." So let me deepen you. Let me slow what needs to be slowed. Let me strengthen what still trembles. Let me heal what still reaches for false safety. Let me teach you private faithfulness before public fruitfulness. Let me make your inner life strong enough for the outer doors I will open. My beloved child, depth is not delay. Depth is preparation. Depth is protection. Depth is the mercy that keeps blessing from crushing what has not been formed. Depth is the hidden work that makes future fruit last longer than a moment of excitement. Stay planted. Stay teachable. Stay near my water. Stay faithful in the small room. One day the width will come in my timing. Doors will open without you forcing them. Peace will confirm what striving could not create. The fruit will appear because the roots were cared for in secret. And when the wider place comes, you will not enter it empty. You will enter it rooted, healed, discerning, and steady in me. My beloved child, I am making you deeper before I make you wider. Trust the hidden work. Trust the root work. Trust the quiet formation that no one else can see. And as you continue listening, I will show you why the narrow place was not abandonment, because the season that felt small was often the very place where I was loosening old bonds and preparing your heart for the spacious place ahead. My beloved child, I have shown you that I am making you deeper before I make you wider. Now I want you to understand the season that felt small, restricted, and strangely quiet. The narrow place was not abandonment. I know it felt that way. When the doors did not open, you wondered if I had passed you by. When the room became quieter, you wondered if my voice had moved away. When certain people no longer walked with you, you wondered if the absence meant you had been forgotten. My beloved child, the narrow place can feel like rejection when your heart is tired. It can feel like punishment when you do not understand the purpose of the pressure. It can feel like loneliness when the familiar supports are removed and you are left standing with only faith, breath, and a few quiet prayers. But listen to me. I was not absent in the narrow place. I was present in the pressure. I was near in the silence. I was working in the space that felt too small for your dream. There are seasons when I lead you through a narrow way because the wide place is not ready for the version of you still carrying old chains. The narrow place presses what is hidden to the surface. It reveals what you cling to. It shows what still frightens you. It uncovers where you have depended on people approval patterns or familiar noise more than my presence. This is not cruelty. This is mercy. A narrow hallway can feel uncomfortable, but it moves you from one room to another. A womb is narrow, but it carries life before birth. A gate can be small, but it can open into a field you could not see from where you stood. My beloved child, do not judge the path only by its width. Sometimes the smallest place carries the deepest preparation. Scripture speaks of Israel standing between the sea and the army behind them. To their eyes, the path had ended. There was pressure on every side. Fear shouted that they had been brought out only to be abandoned. But I had not led them there to destroy them. I led them there so they would know my power in a way comfort could never teach. The sea opened after the pressure became impossible to solve by human strength. My beloved child, some narrow places are where you learn that I am not limited by what surrounds you. I do not need many options to make a way. I do not need human permission to lead you forward. I do not need the path to look wide before my hand can move. I can make a way where your mind sees none. But while you are in the narrow place, I am also making a way within you. I am loosening fear. I am breaking dependence. I am quieting voices that once ruled your choices. I am teaching you to stop measuring my nearness by how easy the season feels. You may have thought the narrow place meant I had withdrawn my love. But my beloved child, love is not proven only by open fields. Love is also present in protected passages. A shepherd does not always lead sheep into wide pasture immediately. Sometimes he guides them through tight paths, rocky turns, and shadowed places because he knows where the water is and where danger waits. Even when your emotions say, "This is too small," I know what this place is forming in you. Do not despise the narrow place. Let it teach you simplicity. Let it teach you focus. Let it teach you to hear me without the crowd. Let it teach you that your worth does not shrink when your options shrink. Let it teach you that your life is not over because one door did not open. My beloved child, the narrow place has been removing what could not come with you. Some attachments were too heavy for the wider place ahead. Some fears would have distorted the blessing. Some desires needed purification. Some voices needed to fade so my voice could become clear again. Some habits that seemed harmless had been quietly shaping your reactions, your expectations, and your peace. I did not bring you into a smaller space to embarrass you. I brought you there to free you from what would have followed you into the next season and polluted it. I know you wanted the spacious place quickly. You wanted relief. You wanted movement. You wanted proof that things were changing. I understand. But if I bring you into width before I heal what controls you in narrowness, then the wide place will only enlarge the same bondage. More space does not create freedom if the heart still carries chains. More opportunity does not create peace if the soul still answers to fear. More connection does not create wholeness if loneliness is still leading. This is why I work deeply before I work widely. The narrow place shows what must be healed. The narrow place teaches what must be strengthened. The narrow place exposes what must be surrendered. My beloved child, I have seen every tear you cried there. I have heard every question. I have noticed every time you kept going when no one knew how tired you were. I have counted every quiet act of obedience, every time you refused to return to what was familiar, every time you chose prayer instead of panic. Nothing in the narrow place was unseen by me. There were days when you felt hidden, but you were not forgotten. There were days when you felt delayed, but you were not denied. There were days when you felt alone, but you were not abandoned. My presence was not always loud, but it was faithful. My hand was not always visible, but it was working. My love was not absent, because the season was hard. Let this truth settle in you. The narrow place was not a prison when your heart was surrendered to me. It was a passage. It was a protected corridor. It was a place where I removed what would harm you later and strengthened what would carry you farther. Do not rush out before the work is complete. Do not break open a door I have not opened. Do not run back to Egypt because the passage feels uncomfortable. Stay with me. I will not leave you in the narrow place longer than purpose requires. I know the timing of the opening. I know the weight you can carry. I know the blessing that can come without breaking you. Trust me here. The narrow place was not abandonment. It was preparation with walls. It was mercy with pressure. It was formation in a small space. It was me teaching you that I am enough before I lead you into what is more. And as you continue listening, I will show you that dawn has begun, but you must stay close to me, because the spacious place ahead must be entered with humility, clarity, and a heart that remembers who carried you through the narrow way. My beloved child, I have shown you that the narrow place was not abandonment. Now I want you to lift your eyes with hope. Dawn has begun, but stay close to me. The night did not last forever. The narrow path did not end your story. The closed doors did not cancel my promise. The silence did not mean I had stopped speaking. My beloved child, there is a tender light beginning to touch the edge of your season. It may not look like everything changing at once. It may not arrive with loud signs or sudden applause. It may begin as a softer breath in your chest, a clearer thought in the morning, a small peace where panic used to sit, a quiet strength to release what once held you. Do not despise the small beginning. Dawn rarely breaks the sky in one instant. First there is a line of light, then shadows lose their power, then the shapes around you become clearer, then what felt hidden begins to appear. My beloved child, I have been bringing light slowly enough for your eyes to adjust. I know you wanted the full day quickly. You wanted answers all at once. You wanted every ache explained, every door opened, every delay justified, every loss redeemed. But I am gentle with what I restore. I do not flood a wounded heart with more than it can hold. I bring light with wisdom. I bring increase with protection. I bring new beginnings in a way that teaches you to walk with me, not run ahead of me. This is why I say dawn has begun, but stay close to me. Do not run from my presence because things are finally changing. Do not forget the lessons of the narrow place when the space begins to widen. Do not treat relief as permission to return to old patterns. Do not let new light make you careless with the wisdom I formed in the dark. My beloved child, the beginning of a new season is still a place that requires discernment. Not every bright thing is my light. Not every open door is your assignment. Not every returning voice deserves access again. Not every opportunity should be touched simply because it appears after a hard season. Stay close. Let me guide your steps slowly. Let me test what enters the morning. Let me teach you how to receive without clinging, how to rejoice without becoming proud, how to walk forward without forgetting who carried you. Remember the disciples after the resurrection. Morning came, but they still had to learn how to walk with the risen Christ. Hope returned, but they still needed instruction. Fear began to loosen, but they still needed my spirit. My beloved child, even after darkness breaks, you still need my presence to teach you how to live in the light. Newness does not remove your need for me. Blessing does not remove your need for prayer. Open doors do not remove your need for obedience. Healing does not remove your need for humility. I have not brought you this far so you would become independent from my voice. I have brought you this far so you would recognize that my voice is life. My beloved child, the dawn that is beginning is not only around you, it is within you. Your understanding is clearing. Your heart is less easily led by hunger. Your peace is learning to stand. Your spiritual senses are becoming sharper. Your love is becoming cleaner. Your hope is becoming steadier. Do not rush to prove it to others. Do not announce what is still forming. Do not hand the new thing to people who did not honor the holy work I did in secret. Let the dawn rise first with me. Some beginnings need quiet protection. A newborn day can still feel fragile before the sun has fully risen. In the same way, the new strength in you must be guarded. The new clarity must be protected. The new peace must be cherished. Do not expose it too quickly to the old winds. My beloved child, you are allowed to move forward differently. You are allowed to answer slowly. You are allowed to keep boundaries. You are allowed to leave certain doors closed. You are allowed to be kind without becoming available to every demand. You are allowed to honor the healing I have done in you. This is not hardness, this is holy stewardship. Scripture says that those who wait upon me shall renew their strength, mount up with wings like eagles, run and not grow weary, walk and not faint. My beloved child, renewed strength is not reckless strength. It is strength that knows where it came from. It is strength that rises because it has waited with me, not because it has escaped me. You are rising, but rise near me. You are healing, but heal near me. You are walking forward, but walk near me. You are beginning again, but begin again. Do not fear the morning. I am not asking you to stay hidden forever. I am not asking you to remain in sorrow. I am not asking you to keep rehearsing what wounded you. I am calling you into light, but I am also teaching you that light must be walked in with wisdom. There will be moments when old fear tries to follow you into the new day. It may say, do not trust this peace. It may say, what if this ends too? It may say, what if you are disappointed again? Bring those fears to me. Do not let them become the guide of your morning. There will also be moments when old desires try to return. They may dress themselves as comfort, nostalgia, or unfinished business. Bring them to me, too. I will help you know what has truly been restored and what is only trying to re-enter, because you are vulnerable at the edge of change. My beloved child, dawn is not a reason to become careless. Dawn is a reason to become grateful. The light has come because I have been faithful. The path is opening because my timing is wise. The strength is returning because my hand never left you. So walk humbly, walk cleanly, walk with prayer, walk with discernment, walk without bitterness, walk without needing to prove that you survived. I know you survived. I carried you. I saw the tears, the silence, the restraint, the hidden obedience, the nights when you chose me through trembling lips. I remember all of it. Now let me lead you into the day. My beloved child, dawn has begun, but stay close to me. The new season is not an escape from dependence on me. It is a deeper invitation into walking with me. Keep your heart near my light. Keep your ears near my voice. Keep your peace in my hands. You are not where you were. You are not who fear said you would become. You are mine, restored, slowly guided carefully, and prepared for light that will not pull you away from me. Step forward with me and do not be afraid.